The National Herald case has been in the news of late with the summoning of Congress leaders Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. The Gandhis have been questioned by the Enforcement Directorate on multiple occasions over multiple days. The ED says they are probing the relationship between Associated Journals Limited, that is AJL. This is the company that owns National Herald newspaper, and Young Indian, which is a not-for-profit company which acquired it. So what is the National Herald? The National Herald newspaper was founded by Jawaharlal Nehru in 1938 in Lucknow as part of the independence movement against the British. The newspaper is owned and published by AJL, Associated Journals Limited, a public limited company. After independence, National Herald became a mouthpiece of the Congress party. AJL also published two other newspapers, that is Navjeevan in Hindi and Qawmi Awaaz in Urdu. So you'll ask, what is Associated Journals Limited? Associated Journals Limited, or AJL, was founded in 1937 with at least 5,000 freedom fighters, including India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, among its shareholders. By 2010, the number of AJL shareholders had reduced to 1,057. AJL's registered office was in ITO, New Delhi. The company published 3 newspapers, one each in English, Hindi and Urdu. The publishing operations were shut briefly in 2008 after it reported a debt of over 90 crore. This 90 crore was lent to AJL by the Congress party because of the newspaper company's close relationship with the independence movement. On January 2016, AJL decided to relaunch the 3 newspapers. What is Young Indian Private Limited now? Young Indian Private Limited, or YIL, is a private company that was set up in November 2010. Rahul Gandhi, then a General Secretary of the Congress party, was director of this company. He had 38% stake in the company. His mother, Sonia Gandhi, had another 38% stake. Together, the Gandhis had 76% majority stake. The remaining 24% was in the names of late Congress leaders Motilal Vora and Oscar Fernandez. Young Indian is a Section 25 not-for-profit company, which means that none of the directors can get income from the company. So how is the Congress now allegedly involved? The matter came up first through BJP leader Subramaniam Swamy, who moved a private complaint before a trial court in 2012. Swamy alleged that Congress leaders were involved in cheating and breach of trust in the acquisition of AJL by YIL. Subramaniam Swamy's contention was that AJL had assets worth more than 2,000 crores under its balance sheets, including prime properties in Delhi. He also alleged that YIL took over the assets of National Herald in a malicious manner to gain profit. Under the Income Tax Act, no political outfit can have financial transactions with a third party. In the revival plan for the newspaper, Congress extended a 90 crore interest-free loan from the party fund. Subramaniam Swamy alleged that in 2010, YIL had paid just 50 lakh to obtain the rights to recover the 90 crore AJL owed the Congress party. Moreover, he also contended that a political party could not lend money for any other purpose, as it was money raised from party workers and supporters for political work, not for publishing purposes. Now, normally, when one company takes over another, the assets get transferred to the new company, and the new company gets assets of the old company as part of its balance sheet. But in this case, debt of a public limited company was taken over by a private company, and that debt later got converted to equity. This is where the ED alleges foul play. Also, some AJL shareholders, including former Law Minister Shanti Bhushan and former Supreme Court Judge Justice Markande Karju, had said that their shares in AJL were transferred to YIL without their knowledge. The Income Tax Department had claimed that the shares owned by Rahul Gandhi in YIL would lead him to have an income of 150 crore. Rahul Gandhi's IT returns for 2011-2012 actually show an income of about 68 lakh. The IT department says it has already issued a demand notice for 249.15 crore to YIL for the assessment year 2011-12. So who are the accused in the case, you'll ask? Late Congress leaders Motilal Vora and Oscar Fernandez, journalist Suman Dubey and technocrat Sam Pitroda were also named in this case, apart from Sonia and Rahul Gandhi. Former Haryana Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda is also an accused in the money laundering case registered by the ED in the National Herald case. What have the courts said so far in this case? In 2014, Metropolitan Magistrate Gomati Manocha summoned all the accused, including the Gandhis, in this case. The court said that from the complaint and the evidence so far, it appeared that YIL was created as a sham or a cloak to convert public money for personal use. The court said that the complainant had established a prima facie case against the accused under Section 403, which is dishonest misappropriation of property, Section 406, which is criminal breach of trust, and Section 420, which is cheating, read with Section 120B, criminal conspiracy of the Indian Penal Code. The court, however, noted that this was only the stage of summoning, and the accused had the right to refute the allegations and defend themselves. In August 2014, the Delhi High Court stayed the summons. In February 2016, the Supreme Court directed Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and the other accused to face criminal proceedings in the case. However, the top court exempted the Gandhis from appearing in court personally as they were prominent persons and not a flight risk. So what has the ED, that is the Enforcement Directorate probe, revealed so far? The ED, the Enforcement Directorate, launched its probe in August 2014 to find out if there was any money laundering. The case was closed by ED in January 2015, citing technical reasons. In December 2015, the Patiala House Court granted bail to Sonia and Rahul Gandhi in this case. However, in 2019, the ED attached National Herald properties worth 16.38 crore in Mumbai. The ED reopened the case earlier this year and summoned both the Gandhis, for which the Congress party has now hit the streets. The Congress is alleging political vendetta by the NDA government using agencies like the Enforcement Directorate. At present, the ED is investigating the shareholding pattern, financial transactions and role of the promoters of YIL and AJL. The agency has also registered a fresh case under the criminal provisions of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. This fresh case was based on the trial court taking cognizance of an income tax department probe against YIL on the basis of Subramaniam Swamy's complaint.